today, your brand development tip for today. Protect your shit, man. Protect your stuff. I know we live in a time where everybody tells you, push your thoughts out, push your vision out, go do this, go do that. You know, if you're doing this, start a business and start getting an LLC. You know, during COVID, everybody was getting LLCs and people just sat on them. They just sat on them. Sometimes it's not a bad thing, but most times, if you're not in that mindset of thought, business thought, brand building thought, entrepreneurial thought, and if you're not a hustler and you haven't been like that, and you don't know how to dig in for that grit and that grind, because once you step into this lifestyle is constant. It's constant. And any entrepreneur that tells you otherwise, they're glamorizing it for you. But before this was a course in college, before this was this, it was about hustle. It's about grind. And it's constant. You don't shut off when you're on your own. You don't shut off. You never shut off. And your priorities are always different than other people. And your time is always different. And you think about wasting time. And you think about this and you think about that. And you think about, while I'm sitting here at this party, I could be doing blah, 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 blah. And the greatest thing that has come along has been the higher technology of cell phones, is because now when you're out at an event or something like that, you can be still working, you know, and that's the thing. You got to protect your stuff. So there's many ways you can incorporate. It's cool. Look them up, Google them. I'm not going to get into the whole definitions of all these things. LLC, limited liability company. S corp. My thing to do when I was younger and I was like doing businesses and everything, because like I said, this is a constant. I've been designing clothes and selling art and stuff like that since I was in 8th grade and a little bit younger. DBA, doing business as, is usually cheaper if you hard up on money, you're just starting out. You know, you can't get anyone to help you or invest in you. DBA, doing business as. Once you get a DBA, I would always get a DBA. The DBA has your business name and your name. So DBA means you can operate as that business. Meaning that if you go somewhere, your business name is Betty's Baked Pies, and you have a DBA, and someone writes a check to Betty's Baked Pies. You can go to the bank, take your documentation that says that you got a DBA, have a bank, you can open up a bank account, and they'll put that check in the bank. You know, now if someone writes you a check in your personal name, Betty Davis, and they put 4 pies on that check, you can still take that check to the bank and put it in your bank account that says Betty's Baked Pies. So protect your shit. You know, I know everyone will tell you, we'll trademark it and do this and do that. The stuff costs money. It costs money. And when you're starting out, sometimes you don't have it like that. And especially if you're starting out and you're a parent, or, you know, you're a spouse and you guys got bills and things are tight, and you work a job and you're already working another job and you have all these money, and all your money goes towards your responsibilities and your priorities. Nothing's wrong with that. But I can tell you this, if you are hanging out, if you're partying, if you're going here, if you're wearing a $200 pair of shoes, if you're carrying a $500 in a purse, if you drive this kind of car, you can't say you don't have money to invest in yourself, because you've invested money in everybody else and everything around you other than yourself. So you might have to scale back some things. You may have to go to your closet and look at some things, put some things online to sell. That's the reality of the whole thing. When I was 14 years old, I knew I had an idea, I had a vision, I had wrote it out, I had the people who wanted to be a part of it. I sold my Sega Genesis. Now, if you're young and you're watching this, you're like, what the hell is a Sega Genesis? But, you know, those who are my age and a little bit under and over, you guys know what a Sega Genesis is. I sold my Sega Genesis $250, took that $250 and put it into what I was trying to do back then, or what I did do back then. So it takes sacrifice, it takes risk, it takes grit, but protect your stuff. Protect your stuff. Even if you write all of it out, you take it. This is something that a lot of writers used to do back in the day. I did it as a writer when I would write manuscripts, poems, songs, something like that. Poor man's copyright won't hold up in court. Not anymore. In certain states or cities, it may, depending on how they value literature or independent, innovative property or whatever. But write up everything, fold it up, right? Make sure the date is on it, make sure your name is on it, your business name, whatever it may be. Write it all up, you fold it up, put it in an envelope, seal it, and mail it to yourself. Don't open it. If it so happens that somebody pops up with your ideas or your concepts, it used to be, like I said, you have to research it. I haven't worked in law in a long time. I haven't been in a law library in a long time. But it varies, I know, from state to state, city to city, if they still honor it anywhere. But you go into court and you hand that over to a judge or a court official. And they open it and they look and see, oh, back in 2008, she did write up all this stuff and say that they were going to do blah, 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 blah. This person stole their whole concept. Now, some people may have the same ideas. Sometimes, when you speak things out to existence, it bounces around and it lands in somebody else's ear while they're sleeping or something like that, or while they're walking on a train or a bus and oh, I want to do that too. But if it's identical to what you've created, then that person probably heard your idea or stole it or something like that. But anyway, the topic of this joint is protect your stuff. Protect your stuff. Protect your stuff. Fight for your stuff. Don't let anybody take your stuff. My brand, Fight for Your Life. I created it. Blood, sweat, and tears into it. You got it on my skin. And it's like, I will not let anyone take this from me. I will fight tooth and nail. We're going to war if you try to take this from me, because I built it from nothing. God granted it to me. I've been carrying this flag and I've built it and I'm continuously building it. And I won't stop until it gets to where I see it being or where God wants it to be. Protect your stuff. Peace. Fight for your life.